Hey you guys, Ash here. I am back with another video, and this one is particularly interesting because I have I think it's a really good story of something that happened to me, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is medicine. This is a message. This is for the women out there who need to remember this. So first off, welcome to my channel. My name is Ash Johns. You may know me as Ash Inspires. You may know me as an ancestral healer, a conscious business strategist, or even just your psycho-spiritual life coach. I help high-achieving first-gen women get out of your own way and create what you deeply desire, what you deeply deserve, and what is absolutely destined in your life and in your business. And what I know to be true after a decade plus of doing this work is that when the whole woman changes, so does her whole life and her lineage and her legacy. So welcome to my channel. If you're into the whole subscribe thing, do that. Otherwise, make a mental note to just come back to my channel if you like what I am talking about today, if you appreciate my energy, if you understand what I'm actually putting down and you are picking it up, then you are welcome to come back and be in the space. And if not, just scroll on and find someone else or something else, or maybe even your own wisdom, so you don't have to listen to nobody. Okay, moving on. Earlier this week, I had a inkling, like just a call to jump on a LinkedIn networking, kind of thing like that. And to be honest with you guys, I have a lot of things on my calendar, not because I'm booked and busy or I like to, I got so much to do. It's not even about that. I'm one of those people who likes to have all of the options on the table or even on my calendar or on the menu on my plate. And then I get to pick and choose things. Like I love variety and I don't like to feel restricted. So oftentimes I will sign up for things or I will subscribe to things just because I want it to be in my field, and I will decide if I want to go or if I want it or when it's right. Whatever. It's like a little habit thing. So I have things on my calendar that oftentimes I don't show up. Like literally it's just been there for months, maybe a year. This particular offer has been around, and I was like, Ash, you never go to this networking thing. Like, why don't you just show up today? You've been saying that you want to connect with other entrepreneurs who's not necessarily in the coaching world, the strategy world, the women's, wellness and healing world. Let's just see. I just randomly had this feeling, this calling. And so when I get these little nudges, and I just want to say this for you too, if you get these little nudges, that's the time to actually listen, actually do it. And so I did. I show up to this networking online Zoom, LinkedIn situation. And what's so interesting is that not only was I 20 minutes late, but there's all these people from all these different walks of life, so many different businesses. There's women, there's men, they're old, they're young, they're just starting, they're seasoned, they're trying to make $10,000, have already surpassed millions, it was just a variety. And I really love that, again, variety in spaces, because you can just hear different people's perspectives, different people's journeys, but you can also feel and see the thorough line. And for me, as someone who has studied trends, both in humans, individuals, and also as a group of people, and also in just cultural trends, I literally used to do that for a living. And in some ways I still do that in my own business. I just love seeing how it doesn't matter who you are or where you live or what exactly your business is or what age you are. There are these through lines that we all are experiencing, especially when it comes to overcoming challenges, breaking generational patterns, creating your next level or desires in life, or particularly growing your business. There is an entrepreneurial journey, and I probably should do a video about this. So if that interests you, let me know, because this is the second time today that I'm talking about different chapters or phases that entrepreneurs go through that I have personally gone through, but also personally helped people go through. And I see it a mile away. I'm like, okay, this is where they're at. I don't know the narrative, I don't know the details, but I can see where they are in this journey, especially if you're in your starting to maybe hitting your first several 100,000 in a year, that particular path. I know it very well. Anywho, that's not what this video is about. I get on this call, and as soon as everyone starts sharing, I'm like, oh, I'm getting so inspired. I'm getting super jazzed up. I feel the heat rising in my body. I feel tingling in my throat. I'm like, yes, I was definitely supposed to be here. I don't know why, but I feel it and I can trust it, and let's just see what happens. And so, how you hit that little raise your hand situation. So many people had raised their hand to say, I want to share my business. I want to talk about my story, my journey, explain my services, my products, so on and so so forth. So I watched a number of those, and in my mind I was like, oh, I'm just gonna encourage people in the chat or say, hey, I loved your share, be in and out of this call in about 15 minutes. That's not what happened. Instead, I find myself leaning into the camera. I feel myself Ash, you have to introduce yourself. You have to talk, because I'm seeing something in all of these entrepreneurs, particularly the women. They're saying the same thing in a different way. They're talking about their challenges. The same challenges, different, what do they say? The same gift, different wrapping, same present, different wrapping, right? That's what I'm experiencing. So I'm all right, I'm going to not stay a wallflower. I'm going to not stay veiled or hidden and actually introduce myself. So I raise my hand. And as the people go along, I get called. And I'll be honest with you guys, even though I'm starting to make YouTube videos again, even though I have been on podcasts, spoken, love to be on stage, love to talk, love to connect, I still got a bit nervous. And a part of me was you don't have a strategy here. Normally when I'm showing up to a call with an intention. I've grounded myself. I'm clear. I'm going to offer this. I'm going to talk about it in this way. It's this particular audience. I have prepared myself to present myself in the best way, not just for myself, but for the way I want to serve, or how I can help people, or how I can help people understand who I am and how I fit into their world and can be an asset or a benefit to their next level in life, right? So I do my homework. I don't just show up all willy-nilly in life. And that's just me as a creative, messy type A person, as someone would say, high achiever, someone who guides and leads other people. This is what I've been indoctrinated in. This is what has brought me success. This is what has allowed my success, because I've helped other people succeed. And so therein of itself is really the beginning of the message, but I'm going to keep going on and tell you guys what happened. As I show up and I start sharing my idea, right? I didn't start with who I am or what I do or who I work with. I was here's the idea I want to present to you guys of what I know from a decade of helping women create what they want in their lives outside of business and with money and in relationships and in their home life and in themselves, right? This is what I believe and this is what I know. And it's essentially a refinement of things that I've been talking about. So little teaser, it's coming. I'm going to talk about it on YouTube soon. So hang tight. If you're what is she talking about? Just stay with me in this story and let me stay with you in this story. But anywho, as I do that, I'm starting to see the chat blowing up. I'm starting to get these ping notifications, because I have notifications on my laptop, not on my phone, and they're coming from LinkedIn. And I'm oh shoot, something's happening here. I'm seeing the person who's hosting it. He's moving hand motions and stuff. And I'm okay, this is landing. I feel this. I feel it in my face, I feel it in my body, I feel it in my heart, and I'm seeing the response that this message and my presence and what I'm here to offer, why I've been called to show up randomly in this space without rehearsing, without preparation. I know why now. So I get off of this call. I'm feeling really great. People are sending me messages. Please make sure you give me your link. Let's connect. I want to talk. I'd like to explore more, so on and so forth. And I head over to LinkedIn, and I've got 22 new connection requests. And of those, I've got 8 or 9 inquiries of actual consultation services. What's the story here? Because this is not a humble brag. That's not what this is about. But I do teach by living, and I have found over the years that when I give real life examples from my own life, or even examples from clients with their permission and with respect, people understand how to apply the message in your life. And that's what I want for you. If you are hearing this video, you are here with me, then there is a message for you. I'll tell you what I think it is. You may interpret it in another way, and that's for you. Full freedom here. But as I really was thinking about what's happened in the last 24 hours and why I was called to show up in the way that I did unprepared, it's that the narrative right now for so long in business, and particularly with women in business, is that you have to put in the work. You have to prepare. You have to be consistent. You have to put in the reps. Effort, push, quote unquote, masculine energy is the way to win, is to get momentum, is to be able to chart your growth and to actually have exponential growth or next level growth. And those things are true. I will not knock that. That is what I've done the first half of my career. So far, because I'm not halfway through life, but you get what I'm saying. Getting there. That's what I've done the halfway in my business. And I've helped other women and other men do this also, figure out how to show up in that consistent way. But what I'm learning now personally, and also probably in the last year and a half, but also with a lot of my clients who have already done something great in their lives. They have a great job. They're sitting in a good position, middle management, upper management. They're the founder, they're the CEO, they're whoever. Is that you get to a point where all of that efforting, all of that doing, all of that preparation, all of that means to an end. I'm going to do this so that I can do this, is not the way to go. Like, we're getting to a breaking point, like a line of delineation, where more of that is actually depleting you from what you want. And we're being called, I know I am, and I'm seeing the fruits of it, the efforts of it already, is that we're being called to the embodiment. We're being called to the being. We're being called to follow your heart. We're being called more to the intuition, the flow, the trust, the this doesn't make sense, but I feel I must do it. And as a result, we're seeing greater results. This is so interesting to me, because had I been like, no, I didn't actually prepare, like my LinkedIn is not even updated at all. Like, it represents my most well-known but previous version of my work, because I'm in the process of a rebrand. And so if I would have been like, no, Ash, you haven't prepared, you haven't put the right words out, they're going to be confused, you need to do this, did you even have a sign-up sheet, like where do you drive people, how do you explain it, did you I wouldn't have shown up. But not only would I not have shown up, people would not have felt me the way that they felt me yesterday. So I know for sure, but I will use the word I believe, that so many of us, whether you're in business or not, whether you consider yourself successful or not, whether you've made $100,000 in a year or more or not, whatever it might be, you get to a point, and I feel like we're being called to stop focusing so much on the strategy and the step-by-step and the control and the effort, and really drop into your truth, authenticity, your aligned energy, your heart, your presence, right? All the things that in some people on the internet would say feminine energy. I'm just saying the other end of the spectrum, because with that combined, there goes the word. I'm like, what's that word? Combined with the things that we are well trained in and masterful in, like the effort, like the push through, like the resilience, like the organization, like the strategy, like the plan, right? When we combine the two, we create something exponential and quite beautiful and next level. But first, we've got to reclaim the thing that everyone has told us is wrong and doesn't fit in business, or doesn't fit in the world that you're trying to create to achieve what you want to achieve. And truly, not even about achievement, create what your heart desires, what you're called to do. So a quick short one today. I haven't done a short video, but I just really felt this, and I was like, yeah, you've already written about it. You've experienced it. You've written about it as a reflection on LinkedIn. Now let's just pop on YouTube and share it with you guys. So let's see, what does it feel like to focus less on a means to an end? Less on in the head strategy. We already know we're super smart. We already know we're super logical, if that is you. Now, if it's not you, if you're always just willy-nilly out here, then this message is not for you. You do need to cultivate the other side of the spectrum, or that part of yourself, to be a whole and balanced, complete, fully activated, all your tools available to you person. But if you are like me, and like many of my clients who are high achieving women who've already been the first to go to college, the first to do this, the first to do that, the only on here, and all those types of things, yeah, we're swinging to the other side. So let me know in the comments if this resonates with you. Let me know if you've got questions. Let me know if you want me to talk more about this particular topic, because I'm seeing it come through left and right in my own life, in my own business, which is evolving. But I'm also seeing it in the world of women in business, women in leadership, founders, people who are coming in this world and have been in this world with a big vision, but are feeling plateaued or disillusioned, disconnected with your power and your heart, and you know what you deeply desire to create, but you're afraid or don't know how to do it because you think it's going to require all of that pushing, all of that effort, and you're already kind of burnt out or on the brink of burnout and don't want to do it like that anymore. The thing that I've been saying is, what got us this far, what got you this far, is not what's going to get you to your next and in your next chapter and your next vision and your next creation, whether that's personal in your personal life, or whether that's in business, or whether it's in a combination of the two. I'm going to be talking more about this. So thank you for watching. I'm so glad you're here. Don't forget to like, subscribe or whatever if that's your thing. Otherwise, give me the thumbs up because that's helpful. It inspires me. Give me a comment, even if it's an emoji, because that's nice, especially if it's the sparkly one. I really love that one. And if nothing else, see how this message may be for you. And if it is, and you start to see how to apply it in your own life, come back and let me know in the comments. That would be really cool. Wherever you are, I'm sending you lots of love. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.